All right, welcome to the John Wick Excommunicado podcast. This is a very unique episode for a couple different reasons. We are on episode number 17. I explained last night, but one of my videos got pulled. So technically, that one is not in the normal line of episodes within my account, but we are on episode number 17. Very special number. We know why. And I've got a really special group tonight. These are some of my closest friends and brothers. This episode is actually going to be called Four Brothers, and we're gonna focus on one topic to start off with, and kind of go from there. Other than that, it's going to be completely unscripted. So I've got Tomahawk, which was guest number one. I have Darthman, and I have Smokey. I'm actually going to start off with um, Tomahawk. It's been a while since I've talked to you, and we were briefly discussing before this the topic of unity, and I think that is so important right now with what's going on in the world, and I'm curious as to your take on that specifically.
Um, Really, for me, I know that we're all pretty confused at this time. I mean, there's not anybody who's in our realm of friends that can honestly say they know exactly what's going on. So it's confusing. With confusing comes anxiety. With anxiety comes fear. And there's just a lot of a lot of energy going around that I don't want to say it's negative, but it's not fully positive. It's a little bit in the gray area.
Mhm.
So everyone's confused, everyone, and we're not sure what to do with these emotions. So really, the only people that I communicate with are the people in our movement. I've cut off a little bit from people who are still asleep and not tracking. So it fights are going to happen, bickering is going to happen amongst your group of your people,
Right.
and it's natural. And I don't think there's a problem per se with it. I always think a little bit of challenge is nice. It gets you to look at different things, different people's opinions. I think it's all good, but it's getting to the point where, I mean, people are starting to get turned away from the movement because of all the negativity and the division happening. So really, I think we all need to remember that we're all in this. We're all here for the same reason, for the same end goal. It doesn't matter your where you're from, what country you live in. None of it matters. Everybody's here for the same ultimate goal. And I think, especially now, instead of being pushed further apart, we all need to draw in closer together. We need to tighten the ranks. We're all one giant team, and we're trying to get through this just like everybody else.
Yeah. I
But I
agree,
know,
man.
yeah, we were talking earlier, and Smokey and Darth are both on the same kind of line here, where the unity really, we have to stick together through this. Otherwise, what are we doing it for? I'm doing it for everybody. I don't care.
Well, and I think that's a good call out too. Um, when I think about like you and I specifically, Carl, because we go back pretty far. I think when it comes to social media, and
Oh yeah.
it seems like if you look at your pattern and my pattern, they seem to be very very similar. Like if we go back like a year and a half, 2 years, whatever, like we had our moments of frustration, and we even had our moments of frustration with each other. You and I, we had moments where we, you know, laughed together, probably cried together, and we were truly family. And then we kind of leveled out there. And I think that's where a lot of people are starting to get, but these are also people that have been, I guess, veterans and people that have been in the movement for a while, and they just want unity. And um that's just kind of my own 2 cents on it, and noticing patterns, because I'm starting to notice patterns just everywhere right now. And that was just something that I was thinking about the other day. And Mike, I think you are another example of that, but you've also stayed very consistent with like your emotions and the unity piece.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is like, you get, well, like you guys said, you get that outside influence, and it takes a toll on you, man. It really does. And you try and fight through it, and sometimes the best thing is just take a break and walk away for a day or two and just get your head fucking clear and all that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good lesson in life in general, not just kind of what we're talking about now. And
And I mean, and thinking about what Tomahawk was saying there, another thing we need to remember: there's a lot more new people coming in too. A lot of new faces I've been seeing. I've been trying to keep an eye on that and
yeah,
Well,
stuff. And you know, like I said, there's a hell of a lot of new people.
and that's I think is another point of it. We have to remember that, you know, you might know more than somebody, but somebody knows more than you, and somebody knows more than them. But that doesn't matter as long as you're continually trying to learn all you can. If we've been in for quite a while, so yeah, somebody that's brand new to the movement, yeah, we're gonna know more than them. We're gonna have more information, but there's no
Oh
need
yeah,
to for
and
that to
you
feed
may
your
say
ego.
something, and yeah, no, no, hell no, yeah, throw your ego out the fucking door for sure.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Because I mean that's one of the ugliest fucking things, and another thing, don't worry about your fucking numbers, all that shit. It's like just
That's
be
minor.
yourself, be your fucking self,
yeah,
and just you know, don't be doing this for popularity or anything like that. Just be yourself, talk. You know.
yeah. Smokey, what are you kind of noticing on your end? We consider you a close brother too,
Thanks,
even though
brother.
you're from Canada. But
Canada.
what's some things that you're kind of noticing?
Well, I am seeing a lot of new faces in the movement, and like I'm just gonna go off what Darth said. You know, uh, how do I explain this? Fuck, I lost it, to be honest with you. But it's you gotta throw your ego out the window,
Yeah,
right? You can't achieve this consciousness that we want to achieve having an ego. You can't do it. That's the first thing that you need to get rid of. But anyways, yeah, like as far as new faces, help them out. That's all it boils down to, because they're looking to us for answers. Whereas we've all been there. We're looking to other people for answers, right?
yeah. It never stops.
No, it never stops. So
Um, one of the things that's kind of been on my mind uh, since my podcast last night, I someone got upset at. Long story short, they got upset at me because I was trying to do good for veterans and for military, and I didn't serve in the military, and I'm not going to even begin to comprehend what the military went through. And the first person that would even begin to understand, I think, out of the four of this would obviously be Tomahawk. And um Tomahawk, like, can you, and I know that we briefly went over this on one of our podcasts, but can you briefly go into, I guess, how you are treated, good and bad, um, as a vet and as a military personnel that served in the war?
Yeah, I got out in 2012, so I've been out for a little while. And the one thing I've come to find out is that nobody, it doesn't really matter, that you're a veteran. You know, I think everybody should support the vets. I think, they should be taken care of forever for what they did. But really, at the end of the day, we're just the same.
Right.
We did one thing different. We signed a sheet of paper saying we're willing to go to war and possibly die for the country. But that doesn't necessarily make me better than John down the road.
Right.
And I think just treat us like people, especially from my end. My big experience, I was infantry, which army infantry, so automatically people look negatively upon that. I've had trouble
Why is
finding
that?
jobs because of it. I was signed up, ready. I was going to go into law enforcement, and they were just like, no. So as far as people looking negative, I don't think there's any reason to look negatively upon vets or supporting vets
Mhm.
or drawing attention to veterans. I don't think there's any reason to look negatively upon it. I don't know. It's such a weird subject, especially as of late, being woken up and realizing what the wars were actually for. And I'm sure I'm not the only one out there, but it hits you differently. It hits you
Yeah.
differently to find out the real reasons we were over there, and so
Bankers wars.
exactly. And if they're like me, it's affecting them a little bit more than it did prior, because here I am, they took down the towers, we're defending our country. And then come to find out that's not the full reason we were over there. So it's harder to deal with. And you know, maybe some of them are struggling with it like I am. So we have to be there for them. We got to support them.
Yeah.
But we're the same as everybody else.
Yeah. And Mike, the term that General Flynn used all the time was and I'm probably going to butcher it, but he pretty much said we have an army of digital soldiers. Um, what obviously that's completely different than being on an actual battlefield out in Iraq or Afghanistan. How do What's your take on that quote that General Flynn said?
Like I don't know. Like I said, every time that I hear it, like I look at it as, and Tomanak and I have talked about this, and it's like I sure as hell ain't doing what you did, man. I'm sitting behind my fucking monitor and fighting that way, you know. And I mean, to me, it's totally fucking different. And I mean, the psychological fucking part of it is definitely a lot more intense. It seems like, I've had a lot of family and shit that was in the military and stuff, and I mean, either way, it's going to be a mind fuck,
Yeah.
basically.
If I could jump in on that real quick.
Yeah.
No, you're absolutely correct. I mean, without a shadow of a doubt, I can honestly say this war is tougher than physical war,
That's
hands
because
down.
it's psychological
This psychological,
war.
learning the truth, learning of the true evil of the world, of everything, is harder than it is to be deployed and have somebody go, this is what we're doing today. Okay, that's what I signed up for, so I'm ready. We didn't sign up for this, man. I mean,
Yeah.
Smokey, how has this affected you? You know, I'm actually going to say I'm going to give you three categories. This is going to be kind of a tough question.
Throw 'em at
So
me.
I hope you're ready. How has the whole awakening process, how has it affected you physically, mentally, and if I'll add a third, spiritually.
Okay, these are tough questions, but they're good questions. So what was the first one?
Physically, how has it affected
Physics.
you physically? Like,
Well,
have you
physically,
lost sleep? You know, are you eating
oh,
right?
there's sometimes like it depends on like the energy or the vibes. Like I'll lose sleep or I'll just sleep. That's
Mhm.
like, but like any other like physical traits or anything like that, nothing's really changed about me. Um,
What ab- what about mentally? How has it affected you mentally, good and bad?
oh, there's been some rough days, like bad.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure on what was it, January 20th, we're all expecting Biden to get arrested at inauguration. Didn't happen. I was pretty upset about that. But I also like I got over it, right? I'm not too bent out of shape. But there's also days where it's like things are popping off and we're watching this happen. This is a historical time
Yeah.
and it's beautiful to see.
What do you? How has it affected you? And I don't know. Not that it matters. I don't know your religious background,
Yeah.
but how has it affected you from a spiritual and
Spiritual.
I guess energy standpoint?
Well, spiritually, I think like I'm a lot more spiritual now than I was a year ago.
Mhm.
I've taken in a lot of information and like I've made my own opinions, right? But like and the people that I've met through this movement and like how, you know, like a lot of these people, they were born into this world with two strikes against them and they're still upbeat and still kicking, still like in this movement with us. They've had the shit kicked out of them all their life and they still get up every day and just keep
Yeah.
doing it. And spiritually, that gives me drive to keep going.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think you said it very well, brother.
Thank you, sir.
Um, I do have a question for you, Tomahawk. I know this is something else that we briefly discussed on another podcast, but I noticed something that always catches my eye about your social media is the 1111 thing with Elvis. Can you explain that real quick?
That was kind of really my first introduction to, you know, the time vibes and the signs and everything. That was really like, and I think it might have been Kim Runner that I saw doing it at first. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I started looking into, what is 1111? So then, the synchronicity and everything connected to it. So I wanted to remind everybody like, hey, it's 1111. Remember this special time, you in this short window, let's, I don't know, only focus on happiness, whatever it is.
Hmm.
And so I really just wanted to remind like, hey, it's 1111. So, I've never had a timer set on it. I don't have an alarm. I get lucky a whole freaking lot. So, it's 11:09. I'll get this ready.
I got
Um,
you. And
but
some
the
people,
Elvis just kind of fell in, I'm like, well, I should add more to this 1111 and maybe more people will start paying attention. And I've had so many people ask, well, what's 1111? And every time like, all right, another one that this is happening. So really that's all it is. And it started becoming just like, I mean, I'd share it and it'd start getting notifications immediately. So I'm like, well, are people waiting on my 1111 post or what's happening here? So I've just tried to make it a habit of just every day 1111. There's magic powers happening. Let's all pay attention. Hey, here's a picture of the king. Why not?
no, I think that's awesome,
Yeah.
dude. And I really appreciate you explaining it. So out of the three of you, don't everybody speak at once, but out of the three of you, who understands Schumann resonance the best?
I kind of, well, I have an idea of how it works, but I'm not an expert by any means.
Um, so can you guys see the screen share that I've got up?
Yeah.
Smokey, can you like just dumb it down with how the wavelengths work and all of that, because that kind of ties into what Tomahawk was just saying with the energy and all of that.
Right. So basically, like with these, well, these peaks, those are like, I don't know how to explain this. Basically, like at the point there, that's when people are starting to be, there's like when somebody said earlier about like feeling depressed or, you know, anxious. I think those peaks are people, like energy is coming up. People are getting, you know, confused about everything. And then they finally get some answers and then it drops down into a valley. That's my take on it. I'm not 100% sure if it's correct or not, but that's
Okay.
So on the screen grab you're sharing, right? It's the lines. Now, from what I grasp, I'm not 100% positive by any means. So this is all just my hypothetical freaking theory here. But from what I understand, the top line, the white line is angelic energy. So this is the super positive, really good angelic vibes. Okay. And
Okay.
then the one under it is our good vibes, as in mortals, humans, whatever you want to call them.
Okay.
Us. I meant us. That's our positive vibes. So that's a reaction to that. So as you know, as we get collective and we start vibing together and our energy's high, we're gonna peak out that yellow light. The
okay.
one below it is bad vibes. So this is the evil in the world. This is the demonic, what however you want to see that one, the opposite of us. That's their vibes. And then further below that is the opposite of angelic vibes. It's voodoo vibes. So it's the dark, secret, just evil energy. That's their vibes. So you know, you also have the other section of Schumann where they are rising and falling at different levels in different times
Yeah, I see that.
and kind of hitting each other. So, you know, you have that white one up there, you have yellow jump up to it, get a little power up from that angel vibe, and then it'll crash down into the bad vibes and try to keep them low. So from what I know and from what I see, it's a constant battle between good and evil vibes being recorded.
Okay. That's a no, you guys did a good job
Well,
explaining it.
thank you. Actually, I learned something.
Um, Mike, is there anything that you can add to this? I don't know if you're like me, but I didn't really know about it that much before, but what do you see like when you look at a
Well,
resonance chart
usually like you're perfect. No, actually go back to the one you were just on.
right here?
Yeah. So that's usually the one that I look at. I don't understand the fucking lines. One.
How would you explain this
But
one?
this
I don't
one,
know about this one.
usually when I see this, like I see shit in that. Like
Mhm.
you can kind of see the bigger group over there. That one looks like another angel wing, you know.
Okay.
And like usually when you get that big white spot, usually
Right.
I don't know. At first, when I'd see that, for some reason, I would feel like shit.
Yeah.
And then now when that happens, I have energy out the fucking ass, and it's unreal
Yeah.
Mhm.
Can I
for
just jump in
some
here real
reason.
quick?
And yeah.
Oh, okay. So when because I'm same as Darth, I always see this map basically, and whenever I see these white areas like this, that like to me that's the storm. You know what I mean? And like
Yeah.
I have
Uh,
seen like the Punisher. I've seen the Punisher in the Schumann resonance.
on this one right here, I see a tooth
Yeah.
and it ends at tooth hurty.
Yeah. No shit.
Yeah.
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 100%.
I had to.
now
Oh
I think
wow.
it was a couple days ago. There was a section where there was a shit ton of green in it, and you can kind of see it there on that one. There was a little bit more green, but there was a day I mean, it was just like
Look at that one.
solid
Look at
green
that.
and it was fucked up. And then like now with you guys saying that, like I kind of heard about the voodoo and the evil. Yeah, that right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
That day I felt like absolute shit.
I think that green is a bad vibe. Like on the top one.
Yeah, on this it is.
Because I mean that would match it would match those line ones if we're going with that, you know what I mean?
Right. But look at the green down here. It's all
And
over
then
the
when
freaking
the
place.
white's there, right?
Yeah.
See, that's where it's kind of like okay, but usually I go by based on the top one.
Okay.
Is
Cool.
usually what I go by.
So the last thing I want to kind of do to wrap things up, and going back to the whole unity piece, whether it's on social media or life in general, I want to use social media as an example because that's where we spend a lot of our time, whether it's us or people that are on Facebook or Twitter or MySpace, whatever you're on right now. I want to give a couple examples each of accounts that unify people. And what I mean by that is lift others up, don't show negativity, and people that are truly patriots in the sense that they don't want to cause harm to others and they're extremely supportive. So I'm going to start it off and I'm going to give two examples. First one is this guy right here. So when I
Nice.
first started on Twitter, I discovered John Reese. And this kid, and I do say a kid, he is, well, now he's 18, just turned 18. But this is someone who truly unifies people on the day to day. And he's been a big inspiration in my life. And I look up to him a lot. I call him little brother, and he is just an amazing dude. So anyone that's anybody on Twitter knows who this guy is, and
Yeah.
he is truly a man of God. The second person that I think of is this guy right here, Mike. So another close friend of mine. I've got his phone number. I text him every now and then, and this guy, every time that I come back to Twitter, he's always here, and he's always supportive of others, and he is just an amazing dude, in that sense. So I just wanted to give some quick shout outs to two important accounts in my life, and these are true patriots at the end of the day. So Mike, I'm gonna throw the ball to you, man, and I'm gonna pull up their account as you tell me who it is and why.
All right. So first off, I got to start with you guys in here because I mean, yeah,
I
yeah.
appreciate that, brother.
Thanks, man.
But if you go
But-
to my Twitter page, I'm just talking to everybody.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you know me, yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd have to go with Chris, man.
Yeah. What's his handle now?
Chris Patriot.
There we go.
17.
Yeah.
Yep. Chris,
Without a doubt.
Yeah, he's
I
good.
mean,
And
dude
he
is
calls
fucking
it-
awesome. And I mean, I talked to him, on Telegram. Fucking, we've talked on the phone and shit. Really cool dude. Really, really fucking awesome dude. If you're not
Smart.
following him, follow him.
Yeah.
He's fucking cool. And then, God, then you're gonna fucking put me on blast here.
Well, do you want me to jump in? You can think of another
Yeah,
one.
yeah. Go ahead.
All
Yeah,
right.
let's do
so,
that.
Mine would be, so first of all, Cheshire.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
100%.
He's right up there with the best of them.
And if you go, you go to Cheshire, you go to his tweets and replies, it's nothing but lifting people up.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's
Yeah, definitely got to
She's
agree
good.
on that one.
for sure. No, he's a good dude. Everything, it's all about being friends.
Yeah,
Right.
he one of the cool things about Cheshire, you wouldn't be able to tell by his account, but he's a blue collar guy. I mean, he's a mechanic,
Yeah, he's a mechanic.
and it's there we
I
go.
feel your
Time for work.
I feel your pain, brother.
And I'm all the time like texting him about my Jeep when it has issues, and awesome call out. That was a really good one.
Thank you. I got another
Um,
one too.
yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, either way, Cheshi, keep doing what you're doing, brother. Next one, Elmer Fudd,
Yep.
Blaze, P5 9407586.
Spot on. And this guy, he doesn't give himself enough credit. And
He's
he,
solid.
yes, extremely knowledgeable, and he's all the time supportive and just retweeting people, and just an all-around great guy. That's another spot on example, man.
Okay.
Uh Carl, what about you, man? I'm interested to know what your take is on this.
First I gotta go with Stan Lee. I have never seen him put a negative tweet since I've known him. You
Hmm.
know, it's always about lifting others up, trying to show them the positive, and just he's a really stand-up guy. And he'll help anybody. Anybody that asks anything, he's right there.
Yeah, that's another good one, man.
Stan Lee.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I don't think I have Stan Lee.
Better get on it, man.
I am. Yeah, it just followed.
What about you, Carl? Or I'm sorry, Carl, do you have another one?
I gotta go with Kim Runner.
Yeah.
I mean, she was one of, she's OG.
100%.
And I remember the first day I followed her and until today, and she's always there.
Yes, she is. And
And one of her tweets from today was, let's stick together and oh, what was it? I think it was remain calm. Patriots
Right
in
here.
control.
Yeah.
There she is.
Yeah, Kim's good peeps. She I've known Kim on a personal level, and she has shown me tough love, um, so to speak, and I appreciate that about her. And she wouldn't do that if she didn't care about me. But
Yeah.
she is truly someone that I will always consider a sister at the end of the day. She's awesome. Um, Mike, I know you got one more, man. You know I was going to come back.
You know what? I got to go with Boss, man.
Boss.
Sure.
Boss Mama. I mean, fuck, man. When we were getting nuked nonstop, fucking, she was right fucking there, follow you back, boom, boom, and
Who?
just help you.
So wait, who are you talking about?
Wait, fuck. I'd have to fucking. What the hell is her handle?
We all change our handles so much; it's hard to keep.
I know, right?
I still have my original account.
How? I don't know.
Yeah.
Tomahawk, you got it?
Yeah, let me get there.
I can't find it.
While we're searching, we gotta drop Pancake Angel's name?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yep.
Yep.
Why in the hell can I not find
I'm
her?
just going through Boss Mamas, just trying to see if any of them follow you guys, but I am not finding any.
No, I'm having trouble with it as well. Here she is. Phoenix Boss Mama.
There it is.
Oh, next.
Oh, I
Look
was
at
spelling
her-
it wrong.
her-
Damn it.
Her photo is hilarious with the infamous sniper bubble.
Right. But I mean, she's always been cool to help us out, get us back in. I don't think she's ever been nuked, to be honest, that I know of.
Join March 2020. You might be right, man.
Oh, wow.
And if you need a good attorney, if you do get nuked for First Amendment rights, she can
There you go.
Oh, nice.
help. I
Solid,
don't know if that's true. I
solid.
just noticed that it said she's an attorney. So,
But yeah,
yeah. So that's just. Oh, shoot. I got to give two more See, I got to give two more shout outs now. Allie.
yeah.
She is awesome.
What the
And
fuck?
also, I call him QC, but quantum computing.
Yeah, I got him.
Yeah, an amazing, veteran and supporter of others. So that's the last thing that I'll kind of add. I mean,
Well, actually, what was the other one that you shouted out last night? It was Carl, Devil Dog, and what the hell's his name? A something.
Kevin.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know who this guy is. But don't follow him.
Yeah. What
No,
a
I'm
fucking
kidding.
idiot.
Yeah, that's actually the Kevin. So that's another account that
Oh, yeah. I see you retweeting him all the time.
yeah, he's just a good dude. He what do you say about him? I mean, he's funny. He's supportive of others, and he's somebody else that is just a cool dude. I'm trying really, really hard to get him on the podcast because he kind of did his own thing there for this podcast for a while. But Kevin's a great guy, and it's funny when I post a video of like a Black Hawk, he completely jokes about a Black Hawk because look at what he flies. I mean, it's only the most badass piece of equipment when it comes to a helicopter, period.
Right?
So, yeah, that's a good call out. So, I think right now is a good time to do final thoughts, fellas. Tomahawk, I'm gonna let you start, man.
I really just, I mean, I preach it every time and I try to as often as I can on the tweetmo, but just stay together, try to stay positive. There's negative in the world. We all have to face it. We can't hide from it. It's going to be there. But just, try to stay as positive as you can through all of this. It's hard enough without people purposefully spreading negativity. I get it. People go through their stuff. If you need help through it, absolutely let everybody know so they can help you, but don't purposefully go on and just try to spread negativity. There's no room for it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Well said, brother. Mike.
Just, yeah. I mean, you can't say it much better than that, man. Just, don't do dumb shit. I mean, that's about the best way I could put it.
Yeah.
I mean, stay positive, and like I said, I'll circle back. There we go.
Holy.
Oh, you're a broken record.
Oh.
No, but so like, just remember, there's a lot of new faces, a hell of a lot. And, just don't attack them. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah. Well said, man. Smokey, you're last up, man. What you got?
Last words, eh?
Yeah.
Honestly, I just want to say thanks to like veterans, patriots, friends, anybody in this movement trying to wake up the rest of the world. Like there's 95% are asleep, and the 5% are trying to wake them up. Actually, I heard that our number is way higher than that now, but either way, thank you. Just, yeah, help everybody out. Sure, you might get frustrated with some people, but even just take 2 minutes, take some deep breaths, then go back and reevaluate how you're going to talk to them. Because I know how easy it is to blow up on somebody. Like I was leaving. Yeah, it's just,
Well, and a good thing too is don't block them. Don't block them. just
Yeah.
mute them. Just mute them.
Yeah.
You know?
If it gets to that point, but like,
Yeah.
if you also got to remember, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink.
Yeah.
Right. So like I put this in my Twitter a little while ago, like fill your Twitter with nothing but the truth. So when they come to your page, it's all right there in front of them.
Yeah.
You can't say you didn't show them, right?
Yeah. And hopefully that's what's going to happen with the world on a grand scale.
Yeah, 100%.
So, guys, it's been real. It's been an honor to have all three of you on. This is the first one that I've done with 4 people total. I think it went really well.
Yep.
And there's a reason why I called it 4 brothers, because I consider you guys brothers and appreciate you guys so much. And it's just been awesome. So I'm going to end this the same way I do every podcast. And I missed it last one, and it infuriated me, but I'm going to end it the same way. I appreciate you guys, and a lion's roar can be heard from 5 miles away. Catch you on the flippy flip.